he can empower the rest of the Republicans in D.C. to do their job. They need to do their job of representing the American people, to keep Americans safe, and just like the sign says, obey our immigration laws.
Okay, I absolutely
Okay?
agree with obeying our
And
immigration laws.
we do support the Border Patrol.
Absolutely.
So, and also, we have laws in America, and
Yeah.
they need to be enforced by everybody.
Right.
So it's important that they do that. So if you can convince, talk to Paul Cook, ask him to have a press conference and get the Republicans behind our president to make sure that something is done.
Okay. Well,
That's very important.
I'll pass that along. As you mentioned, he supported, he was an original co-author of the bill to fund the wall.
Right.
During his reelection campaign, he was endorsed by our Border Patrol agents on the other side of your sign. So
Yeah.
there's no stronger advocate for the border than Congressman Cook. So
Just like it says, united, we stand.
Absolutely.
So united, together we can win.
absolutely.
It's not
So-
just the not just the Republicans, it's all Americans want us all to be safe. We pay a lot of taxes.
Right.
So we really do need to be safe. When we go by the rules, we go by the laws. Everyone else should too. You want to come here?
Yeah, because that
Do your-
favoritism will
do
just
your
bring
duties.
resentment to our country. We
Absolutely.
don't want that. We want to be effective with our laws that do work when they're enforced. We
Definitely.
want to be safe in our homes, and we want people to come legally. We don't want to be invaded. We want our future generations to be safe and have a future in our country that we love.
And if they do come here, they got to go by all the rules we won't go by. So everyone is safe. It's like mutual respect. That's all I have to say about that. Thank you.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate you folks coming out.
So can you get that message to him?
Yeah, I'll pass that
I
message
didn't
along.
see you take any notes.
It's all up here.
Well, we have
And-
no request. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
You know,
Dakota Higgins.
Thank you very much.
there's been no movement on that legislation to build the wall since October 12th.
Right.
Do you know when they're going to be moving that? Because we have the caravan at our border, very dangerous. And do you have any idea when they're going to be pushing that particular legislation?
I really don't know. That's a leadership question. They control the calendar on what comes out on the floor. So Congressman McCarthy and Speaker Ryan, they control what comes out on the floor of the House. That's not Congressman Cook's decision or anyone else anywhere in the U.S., any of the other 433. That's the Speaker and the Majority Leader control that. And next year, that'll be Speaker Pelosi, and whoever her Majority Leader is will control what comes out on the floor.
Well, the caravan rushed our border this past Sunday.
Yes.
And Congressman Cook has not issued a press release or taken any type of a public stand that I'm aware of on that issue. Can he hold a press conference, issue a press release on
I haven't spoken with
opposing
him
that?
about a press conference, so I can't really speak to, what he will or won't do, because I haven't had that conversation with him. I'll pass along your concerns.
Yes.
I can tell you, privately, he's spoken with members of the Border Patrol, some of the folks from their local down there that represent the Border Patrol agents, about what happened on Sunday, and we've been gathering information, but other than that, that's what's he's done kind of behind the scenes, and obviously he remains committed to moving forward all of his legislation, including fund the border wall and other stuff that he's co-sponsored that would give more equipment and raise numbers of Border Patrol agents, et cetera, et cetera.
And we appreciate that, but the thing is, we're out here, for example, this group did a rally yesterday against the caravan, and we're here today. We want to see our congressman have a voice.
Okay.
As I said, at least issue a press release and take a stance against this. This is our state, and we were literally invaded this past Sunday. And again, I really appreciate what you say he's doing behind the scenes, but we are asking that he fight and be public.
I'll pass that along.
Thank
Be
you.
more proactive.
Yes, we
Instead
want.
of just passive.
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't hurt. Oh, it doesn't bother me until they're in your house. They've stolen your computer, your bed, your kids.
Or committed some crime.
Yes.
broken our laws here.
It happens in my own neighborhood. That's why I'm saying it now. It happens in my own yard. I gotta be the B word, you know?
Can you hold this for me, Roll? Or,
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
and
I
then
just turned it off.
Gary's going to talk to you
I hit
about,
oh, no, it's still on.
Okay.
he actually went down to the Mexican side. He has a lot to
Yeah, I
talk
was
about.
there the day before they rushed the border. I was trying to time it because we thought they were going to come on Saturday. But I just want to tell you what I saw. So maybe, and I have the videos. I could give you a card so you could take a look at it for yourself. But I went into the caravan area, and there's thousands of people in there. And the media wants to say that it's women and children, they're being abused. Well, for every woman and child, there's about 100 men. And there's hardly any women and children in there. It's all men between 15 and 35. Another thing that I saw was there's hundreds of people walking around with surgical masks on. So I don't know what they have, what sickness or illnesses they have, but there's apparently the people that are ill enough in the caravan that they're walking around outside with surgical masks on, which they probably have something that's contagious, obviously. Let's see. And just this idea, what they did when they stormed the border, that's an act of violence. And we're being told how peaceful everything is, and, to me that's violence. And the way I would present it is, if I walked up to a federal building that was closed and I tried to smash my way into it, how many years would I go to prison for?
Right.
Yet these guys can do that, and then we have to hear these sob stories about how we have to just give them whatever they want now because they're poor or whatever they say about them. So it's a much more serious issue on the ground than what the media is actually trying to say. And what I want to see, Republicans still have control of Congress for another couple of months.
Yes.
Every time Democrats are in control and they lose their power, they shove as much as they can through at the last minute. And I want to see Republicans attempt something, because I just continually see rolling over and surrendering, and whereas the Democrats, they fight to the end. And I think people are sick of that. They're sick of just this giving up all the time. So if the congressman could be the one to stand up and say, hey,
Yes.
we're going to do this, that's why we're here today. We want someone to stand up on our behalf instead of the Democrats are always represented with everything, whether it be the lawyers, the interest groups, I mean, here in California, I don't ever feel represented, hardly ever. So we want someone to just finally get up and say, enough, we want to get something done. So
How about let's be united and be Americans instead of Republicans and Democrats?
Yes, exactly.
How about we get together and do that game you used to play, Rover? Don't send anybody over unless you have all your paperwork.
Yeah.
And if there's that many men to that many women, I'd say there's an issue that's much more serious than anybody wants to talk about. In fact, I'll have to talk to my son. He doesn't know.
Okay, so I just want to finish by saying that it's important you talk to Paul Cook, get him to do his job of representing the American people. Okay? It's important that he does that because he should stand up and be a voice for the people, the American people. We have a responsibility. He has a responsibility to represent each and every one of us. And the safety of each American in this country is important, not only to our president, but it should be important to him because he represents us. We're all constituents here.
Okay.
So remember that. So just get the message to Paul Cook and